Hi, welcome to Story Time for the week of February 28th. This week I thought we'd make a peacock. If you'd like a peacock craft kit, you can pick one up at the library while supplies last. Please give us a call at 973-538-6161 if you have any questions. Let's start our bird stories. Our first story is called 3 Hens and a Peacock. Things were quiet on the Tucker farm. The cows chewed their cud, the hens clucked and pecked and laid their eggs. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. Once in a while, someone would stop to buy tomatoes or corn, perhaps a quart of milk. Nothing unusual happened there until the peacock showed up. The cows and the hens and the old hound kept right on doing what they'd always done, but the peacock had never lived on a farm. He had no idea what to do, so he spread his fancy feathers and set to shrieking. Eventually the peacock wandered down to the road. When cars whizzed by, he shook his feathers and cried out in his loudest voice. Of course, folks stopped for a closer look. Day after day, more folks stopped to admire the peacock, and they all bought milk and corn, eggs and milk. Business at the Tuckers' farm was booming. Everyone seemed happy to have visitors stopping by. But trouble was brewing in the hen house. The hens were squawking and clucking and flapping their wings. We do all the work around here. I'd like to see that peacock lay one single egg. Exactly. He just struts around screaming. I suppose fancy feathers are more important than laying eggs. That lazy peacock gets all the attention, and we do all the work. The peacock had heard every word. For days he moped about, moaning and groaning. I wish I could be more useful around here. Humph, clucked one hen. The others ruffled their feathers. The old hound stretched and slowly raised his head. Why not let the peacock stay here to be useful, while you hens take the glamorous job by the road? The 3 hens began clucking to one another. What a wonderful plan! Yes, it's a fabulous idea. Oh, ladies, we simply must fancy up our feathers tonight, and nothing but our brightest beads, bangles, and bows. We'll stop traffic for sure. Why, you girls know I can strut with the best of them. The peacock perked up. Let's do it, he declared. Tomorrow I'll stay here, sit on a nest, and cluck. And we'll get all gussied up, said the hens. We'll be so glamorous. At sunrise the next morning, the hens strutted down to the road. The peacock marched right to the hen house and poked his head inside. The hens flocked by the road, waiting for a car. When they saw one approaching, they clucked and squawked and flapped their wings in a flurry of feathers. But every car whizzed right by. The peacock sucked in his tummy and wiggled from left to right, trying to squeeze through the tiny hen house door. His front half was in, his back half was out. Down by the road, those hens tried every chicken trick they knew. Still, no cars stopped. Finally, the peacock made it into the hen house. He held his breath and pushed with all his might, but no matter how hard he tried, he could not lay a single egg. Not one. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. What's that peacock doing in the hen house? Asked Farmer Tucker. Who knows, says Mrs. Tucker. And what are those hens doing down by the road? Not one of them is up here laying eggs. Well, the way things are going, we aren't likely to have anyone buying eggs today, said Farmer Tucker. We need that peacock down there stopping cars. When the peacock heard that, he smiled the biggest smile you ever saw on a bird's beak. I am helping, he thought. He squirmed back and forth until he popped out of the cramped hen house. Then he trotted off to find the hens. The exhausted hens were all plucked out. Every feather was out of place. What a day! We couldn't get one car to stop. It's true. Why, most of them didn't even slow down. The peacock met the hens as they trudged up the road. I can tell you, I'm no good at laying eggs, he said. I'm just not meant for it. One hen nodded. I put on my stellar strut, and even I couldn't stop a single car, she said. I have to hand it to you, Fancy Feathers. Your job is harder than it looks. The other hens agreed. The peacock looked relieved. So the hens marched back to the hen house. The peacock strutted down the road. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening, and things were quiet again on the Tuckers' farm. Until another box appeared. And look what's in that box. A big egg. I wonder what will hatch out of that egg. And that is the story. 3 hens and a peacock. Our next bird story is called Roly-Poly Egg. Splotch was a small bird who lived high up in a tree. One day she laid an egg. It was small, yes, spotty, yes, and absolutely perfect in every way. Splotch jumped up and down in excitement. The branch shook and her egg rolled down onto Jemimiah's giraffe, who was munching the leaves from Splotch's tree. The egg rolled down Jemima's neck and did a somersault and landed in the meadow with the zebras. They were eating breakfast and gave Splotch Egg a big kick, which made it fly towards the crocodile pond, where Christopher Crocodile was swimming. He opened his mouth, closed his eyes, and waited. But Emma Elephant slurped up the egg in her trunk. She swooshed it out and into the branches of the monkey tree, where Madison Monkey caught it and threw it to his friends, who carefully passed it from tree to tree and back to Splotch. Splotch's roly-poly egg was back safe and sound. But then, crack, crack, crack. Whoops. When Splotch's baby was hatched, it was small, yes, spotty, yes, and absolutely perfect in every way. And that is Roly-Poly Egg. This one is up, tall, and high. I am tall. I am tall. I am tall. I am tall. You're not tall. I may not be tall. Poof! But I am not small. I can go high. I can go high. I can go high. I can't go high. Why? Because I cannot fly. Sigh. There, now you can fly. Yes, now I can go very high. I am up. You are up. Yes, I am up. And you are down. Flap, 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 flap. Now I am up too. Uh-oh. You should have stayed down. We'll help you. The end. And that is Up Tall and High. Okay, here is our peacock. And you're going to get in your peacock, you're going to get a body, a purple body that we have drawn on one side. We drew his arms and outlined his body. Then you're going to get 4 green tail feathers. And what we did was we glued the 2 tail feathers to the side first, and then you glue the top feathers on the back there. You're also going to get, you're going to get 2 feet, a beak, 2 eyes, 3 hairs, 3 purple hairs, and then you're going to get lots and lots of circles. You're going to get blue and yellow circles for the tips of the wings, and then you're going to get lime and blue circles for the middle of his feathers, for the middle of his tail. When you put it all together, you get a colorful peacock. Enjoy making your bird. Bye-bye for now.